My sense is that many of the other Premier League clubs would actually want Manchester City to potentially be relegated if they were found guilty of all these charges, because these charges are unprecedented and this is a very serious matter as far as they're concerned. Of course, Manchester City yesterday said they were very surprised that these charges had been brought, and they've always insisted that they have done nothing wrong. But if the Independent Commission finds them guilty, one of the most severe punishments that they can recommend to the Premier League board is expulsion from the Premier League. Now, there's been lots of talks that maybe if they were found guilty, some of their titles from the past could be taken away.
Wouldn't the other teams want that, because it might mean they got the title? Or?
I don't think so. I think my sense is that there's always been a feeling in football that you don't really want to go back and change Premier League or any league tables from the past, because that leads to a lot of confusion, and basically it's meaningless because you've missed out on winning the title in the past. You're not going to get the ceremony to celebrate with your fans. So I don't sense there's much of an appetite for that. Also, potentially, if they were found guilty, what about a fine? Again, I think, you know, Premier League clubs generally are so rich that, that fines don't really affect them. Now, I've also been told that up to now, until yesterday, the clubs who'd been pushing hardest for these charges to be brought were some of the other members of the so-called Big Six. Now, that's not surprising that Manchester City's rivals would be looking for any kind of advantage that they could get. I've also been told, not surprisingly, if Manchester City were found guilty, there would not be much sympathy for them amongst the other Premier League clubs. But I have to stress, as far as the other Premier League clubs are concerned, they don't want to get involved in this. They don't want to interfere in the process. It is all going to be dealt with by an independent commission, which they have absolutely nothing to do with.